Okay, so a question that we got is, will it hurt the baby? I'm scared about that, LOL. Well,
did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know what's...
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video.
Good evening. Wow, I look like a little egg.
Yeah. So we're about to make some dinner and then we're gonna talk about some stuff.
Some stuff?
Yeah. Some
new stuff. We've gotten a lot of questions in this area, and we also just want to come from honestly a heartfelt and honest perspective.
Yeah.
We first want to just bring you guys into a night with us as far as dinner, because this is just one thing that's stayed consistent in how we grow in closeness with one another is just always having meals at home together.
So if we're gonna talk about intimacy, men, it starts in the kitchen.
Oh yeah.
Just a FYI,
oh,
letting you know, so
with us cooking at home a lot more frequently, especially being pregnant and getting more and more pregnant week by week, it's nice to not have to go to the grocery store so frequently and to have our meals shipped right to our house. So we get the Green Chef boxes delivered right to our front porch. One of the cool things about this is HelloFresh actually owns Green Chef. So we've talked about HelloFresh in the past, and you guys can try Green Chef 1 month, and if your taste buds change and you're feeling something different and you wanted the selection that HelloFresh is offering 1 month, you could do that too. So that's something that's really cool that we're thankful for, because if we're ever feeling like changing it up, we can. So if you're unfamiliar with Green Chef is a USDA certified organic company that offers a wide selection of different meals for different lifestyles. So if you are eating paleo or keto or vegetarian or vegan, Green Chef is right for you because you have a lot of selections for those specific ways of eating. So I didn't know this until recently, but Nick and I really love when companies are sustainable, and Green Chef is actually the most sustainable meal subscription box because it offsets 100% of its emissions through the process that they go through.
it's going down.
Just looks so big. I was just telling Nick, I feel like I can put something here soon, like a little tabletop. Ew, the sound it's making. So with our box, we got 9 different recipes to choose from, and they rotate every week. So if you're eating paleo or keto, or you're just eating healthier, then that is one of the amazing things about Green Chef. So as you can see, as Nick and I are cooking, mostly Nick because he really enjoys it, the ingredients come pre-measured, perfectly proportioned, and mostly prepped for you, so you don't have to do all that work. So if you want to try amazing meals like this along with us, go to greenchef.us/90 Chelsea and Nick to get $90 off and free shipping. So I'll put that link down in the description. I can't wait to try this because I've been staring at our food for some time now. So we're about to taste test. And here's the food. Looks so good. Thank you for making it.
You're welcome. I love you.
I love you too. I can't wait to eat it.
It's gonna be good.
The intensity of being hungry all the time when you're pregnant is real. It is very real. You should try it and let me know what you think. And then
We're gonna try it.
I'll try it.
Right? Okay, alright, we'll try it.
The cook eats first.
I always go for the chicken first. Oh my god.
Good.
The pesto. That's to die for.
These potatoes are bomb. They're like the perfect size and everything too. They're so good.
I'm a fan.
So now that we've eaten, let's segue into happy Chelsea and Nick chatting on the bed, talking about intimacy. It's one of our favorite things to talk about. A lot has changed since I've been pregnant, so.
It's about to go down.
Before we start talking about sex and closeness and intimacy, all that stuff, this water bottle is bomb, guys. I've shared about it a bunch of times, but
it's a bomb?
Belly bottle.
If it's a bomb, you probably shouldn't buy it.
It is bomb, meaning it is good.
Oh, okay, I see now.
You get to fill out a sticker every time a week passes by.
And it also tells you when to drink the water or whatever fluids you prefer. Water, vodka, gin, I don't judge. So there's that.
As a pregnant woman, you're going to drink that?
Actually, I will. I will.
You will as a pregnant woman?
I will. No. Anyways, we're going to talk about sex.
Why did you just linger on that word?
Because that's a heavy word and we need to drop it and let everyone feel the full weight of its effect. We're going to talk about this and it's going to be awesome because sex is one of my favorite things.
As we were preparing for this video, we didn't want to make this all like superficial and talk about like what's changed in the way of it not being the same as it used to be, because I think a lot of people can get hung up on those intricacies, and the reality of us being together and our marriage being what it is and sex being a part of it, that is like a small part of intimacy, especially during the process of getting ready to be parents. Like there's been so many conversations that have made us feel more close to each other than sex ever could. Mm-hmm. And I just think that like that needs to be said like right up at the forefront of this video, because it's really easy to just slap on this topic on a video and a lot of people come for those types of thoughts and discussions. But whenever it comes down to what makes us a healthy married couple, what makes us healthy parents in the long run, it's going to be the closeness that we have outside of sex and the intimacy we carry there. Yeah.
Of course sex is important in any healthy marriage, but it's not, people think it's like the whole thing. It's not. It's like, it's a small part of and honestly it's an overflow of all the other things that go on in intimacy in a relationship too. But that's not why you guys came. You didn't come for a lecture. You came to know and understand how it's been different. And honestly the biggest way it's been different is just like the comfortability levels, I think, between especially Chelsea, but also the both of us. We're both really just like learning how to adjust and adapt as we go on, and we want to keep this like pretty PG-13. I don't want to get into like all the other stuff. Yeah.
If you guys have specific questions, you can always ask our DMs.
Right.
But YouTube
is not the place for that.
Doesn't really favor all of those things.
Yeah, this is not the place for that. It's been different, and we're learning how to adjust and adapt and still be comfortable with one another in that changing process. So it's honestly been really different. I won't say it's been difficult, but it's been different for sure.
So to help us kind of prompt more conversation, I asked you guys if you had any questions in a specific area or thoughts for us to kind of go off of. And one thing that was pretty prominent was, do you have like lower sex drive while you're pregnant? Is it less frequent? Those sorts of things. And I just want to say, I think it's pretty obvious that most couples have it less frequently. And that's just because each day is so different on the woman's body. And I'll just say from my personal experience, my body one day will feel really, really heavy. And like, there's no way that I'll even be thinking about doing that. But then the next day I'll feel like really light, and sometimes it has to do with what I'm eating. If I feel heartburn, like all the pregnancy symptoms that kind of accumulate. But I think one conversation that we've had to have is this is a healthy part of our relationship that we need to keep feeding. Even if it is less frequent, it still needs to happen.
Absolutely.
And so Nick has expressed to me before that it has been like hard for him to navigate, which I think we've gotten like better about this, but hard to navigate the like, you know, him having the desire and then me not necessarily having
the
that.
Unpredictability factor of it has kind of been, I think that's been the hardest thing, honestly, to wrestle with through pregnancy. So think of it as like a week almost. There will be one day where we're both just like super busy, like doing stuff, and neither one of us are thinking about it. And then there will be the next day where one of us is thinking about it, but the other one is like, not into it. And then the day after that, it'll be reversed. So like the other person will be like, oh no, she wasn't into it yesterday, she probably won't be into it today. Or no, he wasn't into it yesterday, so he probably won't be into it today. But that's not the case. The roles have flipped since the day before, if you're tracking. And then the next day, we might both be into it.
And I will say, this is almost foreshadowing the future with a baby, because I've watched so many videos, postpartum, intimacy, all of that stuff, and for a few months you can't even have sex whatsoever. And so you get creative, you get innovative. So with a baby, I know that we're not always gonna be having time or being into it or anything like that.
You might not be.
Well, no, you might not be sometimes too, especially if you're like, I'm gone and come home and you've been watching the baby all day.
Yeah, I'll just be like, here, take this watermelon. It's yours. You can hold on to it.
Watermelon.
Oh, man. Sometimes when you're filming, your back just gets all knotted up. Okay, so a question that we got is, will it hurt the baby? I'm scared about that, LOL. Well,
do you not know the answer to this?
No, I do. Unless you are a man and you are mightily blessed, I don't think you have to worry about that.
Okay, to make an answer a little bit more specific and scientific, women's bodies are very well protected and made to carry a baby. And so the baby is protected.
It's a little cocoon.
Baby.
Yeah, it's a little cocoon.
Protected.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like if you say, like, what if I sleep in a bad sleeping position for my baby? Will it be bad for it? Yes, it may not be healthy to sleep in a certain sleeping position, but your baby's gonna be fine because it's protected. So in most cases, sex is completely fine while pregnant. There are some cases where they tell you to not, but that's only in like high-risk pregnancies or things that like aren't necessarily going as normal.
Yep, there you go. That's the answer. I think my answer was just as good, but that's just me. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is how insecure I've been while I've been pregnant with my baby.
A girl asked me this question, and it reminds me of myself a few weeks ago.
Sorry if you can hear Waldo. He's not very happy. Okay, come on, little chicken.
So confidence in your body while you're pregnant is definitely not an easy feat, because even if your husband is telling you how beautiful you are and how much he is just like proud of just the person that you're becoming and the way that you're carrying your baby together, like it's just, I mean, it's a special time, but sometimes the insecurities and everything like that can definitely get to your head. And so one thing that I had to just kind of teach myself over time is that not only is this body temporary, but my body is like, this is part of the ways that I was designed, is to be able to carry this baby. And even if I may be gaining more weight on my thighs or my butt or whatever, that's all a supporting system for the baby. And I shouldn't be like in my head about how much like my body is changing so much and everything, and just think about like, wow, every time this baby moves, I'm reminded that there's life inside of my body, and that's just so wild. And also just remembering that our husbands, hopefully, if you married a great guy.
How many do you have?
They are not this superficial, you must be perfect type men, you know? Even though there's definitely been times where I'm like, I wish I was more attractive in this area, but there's really nothing I can do about it except try to be healthy and exercise when I can and all of that sort of stuff. But don't become like hyper obsessed with it, where you're trying to change your body so much while you're carrying life. Like that can be actually really dangerous for the baby. I don't know if you have anything like encouragement to say maybe to a woman who's going through this.
Yeah, I think just remember that you're made in the Lord's sight. God made you, and he made you in his image, and he made you in his sight, the way that he saw that you should be, rather than the way that you saw that you should be. Is really comforting. And of course, I think that it's really normal for a lot of us to think those thoughts at different times, but I think the more that we can just hold on to God's truth rather than our lies, I think the better off we'll be. Okay, so next segment of this interview that I have here.
It's not segment.
No, I'm joking. But the next thing, and the last thing, at least for now, that we wanted to talk about was how to increase intimacy outside of just sex while pregnant, but also just like in marriage too. Again, we already said this, but so many people put sex on like this high pedestal when there's like tons of other ways to be intimate.
Men and women are different in their role of like what makes them feel close to one another. I know I feel close to Nick whenever I've been able to debrief our day and the thoughts that I've been having, the things I've been going through, and just like being able to express those things and feeling understood. When I feel understood, I feel close to Nick. And whenever I don't feel understood, I feel kind of like separated from him in a way, distant. Sure. And I know the likelihood of sex happening after a day like where I feel misunderstood is pretty slim, because I believe intimacy starts at the communication level. And guys are more so wired where they feel the closest like during sex.
Yeah, or
that's what I've heard.
Yeah, or just, I don't know, just feeling like wanted.
Yeah. And a lot of times during that time you feel wanted.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's not just to say that you guys are like superficial or anything. It's just kind of how you guys are wired. You're physical beings.
It's okay. You're not going to offend us. We have lizard brains, so.
But it also is important for you to feel understood by me as well. Yeah. And I think to find mutual understanding is like in the way that we communicate and the tone that we carry with one another, and
listening.
Yeah.
It's so big.
Listening. And really, really, truly listening. Not just looking at your phone while you hear the person you're talking to.
Yeah. Do you like how I'm listening to you in this video right now?
Waldo's really trying to eat this sock, but we can't let him eat the sock. Yeah, this is my sock.
So, but yeah, I think also just like generally showing care, like showing that you care, so different people see that you care in different ways. So I don't know if that's doing the dishes or cleaning the house. That goes for men and women.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like finishing all your work while you're at work and bringing nothing home and like giving your undivided attention to your significant other. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is for you.
For us, it's definitely been boundaries. We are at home a lot together because we both work from home currently. There's seasons where we do a lot more traveling. Nick will be gone for a few weeks or so. But right now, currently, we're at home a lot. And so boundaries are really, really important to us, and like making sure that there's a time for work during the day. And then there's also a time where phones are off. Yeah. They're in the kitchen. And when we're in the bedroom, it's just us and there's no distractions. So increasing your intimacy in that way of like, dude, he just did that to himself.
Guy went straight off the bed on his spine and walked it off like a man.
Now he's back. Oh, shitty boy. People have commented on our dog biting too much, and usually he's not like this. It's just when he really, really wants attention.
Or he wants to go on a walk.
Yeah, which is right now. I feel like we say that in every video. We're gonna go take Waldo for a walk now. I'm just gonna wrap this video up because we've been talking too much. But we love y'all. Thank you for having this conversation with us, and we would love to further the dialogue in the comments. There are certain things that can't necessarily be said on YouTube just because the video would get removed. But we always try to say them in a respectful way from our perspective, being Christians, and just trying to spread as much encouragement and hope in these areas as possible.
And do pray for us as we learn to take care of this monster living in our home.
Y'all have a great day. We will see you in the next video. And be sure to ask any questions or comments down below.
Hold on. I'm gonna do the prom. What is it? Prom? No, not prom. Homecoming. I'm gonna do the homecoming wave. I never understood this. Can anyone explain this to me?
It's like a royal wave.
I thought this was the weirdest thing. I just thought that they didn't want to do this, but
no, it's a royal wave.
Why are they like cupping their hand? Anyway, love y'all.
Peace.